Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I'm Count Jackula.
And today we're going to talk about Monkey's Magic Merry-Go-Round. Written and directed by Aidan Leary, Monkey's Magic Merry-Go-Round is a Screambox original horror movie about a television host, a Mr. Rogers-esque television host, who is slowly tormented by his own puppets over the course of the movie. That's kind of what it is on the tin.
Yeah.
You could call it a analog horror movie because it is presented like the broadcast of a children's television show with the VHS lines and everything.
Yeah, but instead of you being thrown into this very sort of like fractured one side of the equation, not really knowing what's happening on the edges of the screen, instead this one opts for a bit more straightforward narrative.
100%. It's also a lot more psychological than most analog horror is.
Yeah.
Most analog horror is like footage of creepy things.
Yeah.
And there is footage of creepy things in this. But the question by the end of this movie is, was this actually footage of anything, or was this something else, which we'll talk about in the spoiler section? This movie's really fucked up. I'm going to tell you right now, this movie goes from being some sort of like wholesome Mr. Rogers show to full on body horror and gore and just messed up. There's a whole bunch of childhood trauma in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
All over it. In fact,
the whole movie's about childhood trauma.
Yeah, in fact, that's what the movie's about.
Yeah.
It's not just a gore fest, it's a gore fest with a message. A very fucked up message, but a message nonetheless. So in a sense, it's almost like a perfect Mr. Rogers episode if Mr. Rogers was into body horror and psychological horror and creepy puppets doing creepy things. A weird comparison I would make to this movie is it's kind of like Evil Dead 2.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of Evil Dead 2 in this movie.
Much like Evil Dead 2, this is about a character who starts off one way at the beginning and is stuck in a single location that he cannot escape from and is slowly tormented until he himself loses his own grip on sanity and reality by the end of it. Except replace Deadites with these creepy fucking children's puppets that are tormenting him almost as if he's like in hell and this is his punishment. And at times, they almost act like Deadites, to be completely honest. Plus, there are sequences in this movie that were clearly inspired by that scene in Evil Dead 2 when Ash hits his head and then, like, all the fucking furniture starts laughing
at him. Yeah.
There's clearly scenes in this movie where that was the clear source of inspiration for it. That and a combination of Pee-wee's Playhouse, most likely.
Yeah.
Not a movie you're going to be able to show your kids. Don't bother. It's way more fucked up. But if you're an adult with any sort of nostalgic feelings for stuff like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or Bear in the Big Blue House or Pee-wee's Playhouse, then you're going to enjoy this movie and watch as it gets increasingly more fucked up. But the thing I really liked about this movie is it actually kind of did have a Mr. Rogers-esque
message.
message.
Rogers message at the end.
Which we'll talk more about in the spoiler section, because like what this movie's ultimately going to be talking about is a bit of a spoiler. So, but along the way, you have body mutilation, you have body horror, you have people burning alive.
Yep.
Even just the monkey puppet having those weird human hands that are constantly like groping.
Yeah,
Oh,
already unsettling.
Super fucking unsettling. And you have musical numbers. There's straight up musical numbers in this movie, and they're pretty spot on with the kind of musical numbers you would see on something like Mr. Rogers.
Right.
Like, he sounds like Mr. Rogers when he sings. I also love the performance of the lead actor in this, because while it's not truly a one-man show, he is interacting with these puppets, some of which are being voiced by him, but some of which are being voiced by other people. And there's clearly a guy in the monkey costume.
Oh, yeah.
As well as the ferret costume. Oh my God, the ferret costume.
And here's Ferret.
But even though it's not a one-man show, it really feels like one because the camera is basically on him the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's long shots. There is cuts, but it's long shots of him doing these long-form performances and having to react to all this shit in what almost feels like real time.
Yeah.
And like the way he would like switch from like when he breaks character to when he goes back into character, and like the slow escalation of his losing of the sanity, and when the character has revelations about like why this is all happening to him and whatnot. whatnot. It's all done perfectly. This is like one of the best horror performances I've seen all year. And the whole movie rests on his shoulder. If you do not buy him as a Mr. Rogers-esque host, the whole thing would fall apart.
Yeah.
And he's really good at that. But he's also good at the horror portions of this. He's really good at the whole movie, and I really hope we see more of him. I'll put his name right here.
It's a horror comedy, but it's real sad.
That is something.
Real sad.
That is something we forgot to mention, as the movie is actually really funny.
Yeah.
Most of the jokes in this are basically the juxtaposition of the children's television show presentation juxtaposed with the horror of what's happening.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Ferret being introduced.
Yeah.
Like, even Mr. Ferret. And then he pops up and he's the most horrifying thing and all the music stops. There's a little bit of "Don't hug me, I'm scared."
Oh yeah,
this.
there's quite a bit of "Don't hug me, I'm scared" in this.
100%. I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't cited as an inspiration for this
thing. Yeah, I could see that very easily.
Because it has a lot of moments like "Don't hug me, I'm scared," but it is a lot more thematically coherent than "Don't hug me, I'm scared."
Yeah, because "Don't hug me, I'm scared" has a very fractured narrative.
Yeah.
Whereas this narrative is much more straightforward.
It takes a lot more dissecting to really piece together what "Don't hug me, I'm scared" is even trying to say.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie, because it's a Mr. Rogers episode, lets you know at the beginning.
Yeah, it's broken down really simply for you.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the milieu it's going for.
100%. And I'm actually amazed that it all comes together as well as it does.
Yeah.
This could easily have been a mess, but no, it works. What a genius way to make a low-budget movie. We're just going to film like we're on a television set, so everything can look janky and lo-fi, and we can just film in a garage for a fucking week. Perfect idea, and everything is just like little fucking children's puppets.
Yeah, real cheap looking.
Anyway, my fellow Gorehounds, Monkey's Magic Merry-Go-Round, which is actually my one criticism of this movie. I kind of wish this movie had a name like Mr. James's Magic Neighborhood or something.
Oh, actually name it after the character that's actually centered around?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe that was a copyright issue. If they made it sound too much like Mr. Rogers, they couldn't, so they went with Monkey because he's the most marketable villain of the story.
Yeah.
The title does throw me off because the movie doesn't feel like it is an episode of The Monkey Show at all. It is... This James character.
Mr. James, mm-hmm.
I do like the detail that the monkey constantly calls him Jimmy, kind of infantilizing him.
Yes.
Instead of James, Mr. James, the adult.
It's always Jimmy or Jimbo.
Yes, or some sort, or Jimothy at one point.
Jimothy, yeah.
Constantly infantilizing him with increasingly more childlike names for him. I like that detail. So the movie is currently available on Screambox. You can go check it out on Screambox, but we were able to watch it on Canopy, so find it and rent it for yourself. It is well worth the watch. This is a gem that came out last year that we completely missed, and I'm glad I finally watched it because, wow, this movie's a journey. And with that said, let us move on to the spoilers.
The movie really is about processing childhood trauma.
Yes.
Throughout the film, you're actually kind of asking yourself, is he actually psychotic?
Yes.
And the answer is no. He's not psychotic, but he is having a psychotic break.
Yes. This is essentially his psychotic breakdown, and we are inside his head.
Yeah.
As he is processing the reality that as a kid, he accidentally killed his mom. Well, technically, he didn't do it. His dad did it by falling asleep.
Yeah. He blames himself for the death of his parents, but how it happened was a complete accident. For most of the movie, you think that maybe he did something because of what's been going on in the movie. Right. They murdered them on purpose.
But by the end of the movie, he comes to the realization that it wasn't him. He went out to the park, and when he came back, the house is on fire because the dad was a drunk and fell asleep with a cigarette in his hand.
Yeah.
So it wasn't him at all. His parents burned to death, but he did not burn them. He's actually lucky because he snuck out and did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
He actually survived.
Yeah, he actually survived. So not only does he have the guilt of thinking he killed his parents, he has survivor's guilt as well.
100%. And this entire movie is his own brain processing that and punishing him through the lens of this children's host, because as a kid, he used to watch TV all the time because his dad was a drunk and his mom was working all the time. So that's all he had. And so he only knows how to process this through the lens of television. So he's not literally in hell. At least that's not my interpretation. He's in the hell of his own mind.
Yes.
So it is an analog horror story in that it's presented in a very analog looking format, but it's not actually a tape.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not actually a tape. It's not actually supposed to be footage that you can find.
Yeah, it is a psychological journey.
Yeah, because you've got the Mr. James, who is the host of the show, who is his adult self trying to deal with childhood trauma.
Yep, and that's why Mr. Monkey keeps referring to him by all these childlike names and infantilizing him.
Yeah.
It keeps removing his adulthood, his manhood, and bringing him back to being that scared child.
Yeah.
And most of the things they do in this movie is for the purpose of bringing him back to that scared child, right? Using the childlike names, getting him to go on the fucking merry-go-round and spin around like a little kid again, which only reminds him of being in the park, which is where he was when his parents died. It all ties together really fucking well. But over the course of this journey, a lot of fucked up things happen. He gets into a fight with two of the puppets, kills them, and buries them, which is kind of like a manifestation of his guilt and his feeling like he killed his parents. Talks about his own loneliness and creates a friend with his knee.
Yeah.
Called Neil, which he puts a little coat on it and then like puppeteers it with his hands, which is some of the best acting in the movie, by the way, because he's puppeteering Neil while communicating with it as himself.
Yeah.
So he's doing both performances in camera and you can see it. It's so fucking perfectly done. That's one of my favorite sequences in the movie because the whole thing about that sequence is Neil realizes that it's alive and it wants to be free. And so
It's the equivalent of Ash cutting his hand off.
Yeah, it's like Ash cutting his hand off because he like grabs a knife and starts like trying to cut his knee off so it can go be free. And there's a point later in the movie where the monkey does cut his leg off and Neil runs free. Yeah. There's a mail lady.
Yeah.
That he keeps wanting to meet but keeps missing. And over the course of the movie, you realize, well, he basically tells you when he finally catches the mail lady, that's his mom.
Yeah.
The mail lady is his mom going off to work every day and him constantly missing her. At one point, the ferret puppet thing, well, it's a guy in a really creepy ferret costume. Super creepy. It looks like my fucking sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
It wears his mom's skin at one point.
Yep.
Which is pretty fucked up.
Wasn't that what you trapped her for?
Yep. You could tell that the monkey is basically like putting all these pressures on him.
Yeah. It's the one, like, it's the part of him that is like actively tormenting him.
It's tormenting him, but it's also like doesn't want him to fully remember.
Right.
Because if he fully remembers, he'll realize he can leave. And the monkey wants him to stay so he can keep tormenting him.
Yeah. If he realizes he's no longer in the past, he might go.
I like that it's a monkey.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like it's a monkey is not just because of like childhood puppet imagery or whatever, but because his dad was an alcoholic.
Ah.
Mr. Monkey is the monkey on his back.
Yeah.
And one of the things that keeps tormenting him with is that image of like the Jack Daniels knockoff
Yeah, the
brand.
Jack Daniels knockoff shit. Yeah.
Keeps presenting that to him like at moments and like even drinks it at one point. The monkey is the thing that wants him to metaphorically keep drinking.
Yeah.
Keep drinking, stay in fucking Mr. Rogers' magical land, and keep feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
So by the end of this movie, he has to defeat Mr. Monkey so that he can remember where he put his keys and escape through the door.
Yeah.
And I actually like that the entire movie is structured like a Mr. Rogers episode. He introduces himself, he tells us what the concept of the day is, which is memories.
Yeah.
And the whole movie is him slowly remembering. And then at the end of the movie, he learns that it's not your fault.
Yeah.
And that you can move on from your memories. Just like a fucking Mr. Rogers episode.
Just like a Mr. Rogers episode, yeah.
He overcomes his memories. He defeats the monkey by burning it alive, metaphorically burning it like the parents were burned.
Yeah.
And then, escaping through the door. And that's when the movie ends. There's some great sequences in this movie. There's an entire musical sequence. There's actually like 3 musical sequences in the movie. At the beginning, at the end, and then in the middle, there's one that's just straight out of Evil Dead.
Yes.
Where he just starts tap dancing on this table while all the fucking like plants and everything in the fucking backyard that he's in all start like swaying and dancing with him, just like the fucking like furniture in Evil Dead 2. It's very great. It's very great.
I think my favorite part was probably the operation segment.
Oh God, when they literally start tearing him open.
Yeah, they literally start tearing him open.
And pulling
like
out his organs.
Operation,
you know? And cut off his limbs and whatnot and just leaving him a shell of a man.
Yeah.
It's metaphorically ripping him open from the inside.
Yeah.
but it's also like letting everything air out.
Yeah.
Everything's coming out. I love that scene when he's fucking like arguing with the fucking bird and the beaver.
Oh yeah.
And they're both clearly on his
hands.
And he's fucking like voicing them while fucking arguing with himself. That scene's so good. Another great example of a scene where his performance is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Monkey's Magical Merry-Go-Round. It's once again on Screambox. Check it out for yourself. And with that said, y'all know me, I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on various social media platforms, but these days I primarily use Blue Sky, so follow me on there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're notified of my videos immediately upon their upload. And if you'd like to help out either of us more directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages, and remember, if you decide to go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way, but we will certainly accept more. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, if you'd like to comment below, I hope you do comment below using the hashtag Neil.
Neil.
My favorite character in this whole movie, his fucking Neil knee puppet thing. I love Neil. Justice for Neil. Use the hashtag Neil. That way I know, that way Jack knows, that way the whole world knows that you know who the best character in this movie was. It was fucking Neil. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, peace out. And we'll catch y'all later.